Incorporate.
Tonight we have a lot of good discussions that's gonna go on and take place. We have to my right, we have Mike Sean. He's an actor and he is a singer. We have Sammy, who is a singer. We have Anthony Q, who is also a singer. We have Bert Simmons, who is a singer, songwriter / producer. And we also have Chirp, who is also an Atlanta rapper. So we're gonna get everything started. This event is called Behind the Lyrics. And you know, just hold your questions and everything. We'll let you know when you have time to talk and ask your questions and everything. But right now, we're just gonna get this thing started. Oh, and follow us on Twitter at WSTU_radio. Okay, if you want to ask questions, tweet pound WSTU radio at WSTU_radio. The first question that I'm going to ask my panel for the evening is, when writing a new song, what are some of the key elements that y'all take into consideration when you're doing so?
Okay, I guess I'll start it off. Being myself, staying true to myself. I like to just, when I write, I just write how I feel at the moment. That's the type of artist I am. So yeah, just staying true to myself.
Okay.
Being me.
Anybody else?
I got a baby voice, so I don't know if they can hear me, but my bad. Like on my new mixtape, Insomnia, one of the messages I wanted to just touch on, or you know, when people heard the project, I just wanted to be relatable. I think in 2012, with foreclosures and the economy, and you know, in our generation, it's not normal to cheat, but people get their heart broken. I think I wanted to write something everybody could relate to, and get back to making them feel away. I wasn't doing anything. When I write records, I don't want to try to make you dance. I want you to get chills. I want you to cry. I want you to fall in love. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that I feel like Stevie Wonder, Usher, you know what I'm saying, when he was really sticking to the R&B core, the Confessions album, R. Kelly, of course. I think writers like that made you feel away, and I think that's what's missing in 2012. So when I write records, that's what I try to do.
Okay.
I think,
Oh, go ahead. You start.
I think for me, every time I sit down and I put together a piece of work, for me, where I'm at right now, I try to put the actual emotion that I feel. I try to speak of topics that, you know, things that I've been through recently. Usually every time it's something that I've been through or something that I've heard, you know what I'm saying, one of my really good friends go through. But for me, all the time, it's about the emotion and really getting that emotion across. And I think once you can make that cut through, then people are really going to feel it. People are going to get the chills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People are going to dance when they feel like you're on the song dancing. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's most important for me right now.
Okay.
I would say all the skills they said I use too, and I also like to keep a simple format. So of course, you know, like the first verse, maybe sometimes like a pre-hook, hook, second verse, pre-hook, and a bridge. And when you're doing the hook, like I like to keep it really simple. So a simple melody always is more catchier than, like, you know, a lot of stuff in the melodies and stuff.
Do you think that that's what makes a song, or is it usually the content of the song, or is it usually like the choruses, the things that's simple and make people dance, or make them, that's something they can sing along to when they're driving in a car, or, you know, what do you think about that?
I think each verse kind of, it's like a build-up.
Mm-hmm.
So the first verse connects to the hook should connect to the second verse, and I think like the bridge should be the climax of, you know, the record. But of course the hook, you know, should make sense with the verses. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. All right. Did anybody else want to touch on that question?
I kind of wanted to touch on what you just last said.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think it matters. I think, I understand what you're saying as far as format and formula, but honestly, like in this day and age, it doesn't matter. You got people like 2 Chainz going, you know what I'm saying, like selling more records than everybody, when, you know, it's really just about making the people feel you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay, as a listener, this is to the audience. As a listener, what are some of the most important elements that you look for in a song? What makes you go buy a record?
Oh, you know, hi everyone, my name is Queen K. Me personally, what I listen to when I listen to a song is how, like, your delivery. I don't like a song that's like, you know, the same. Like, if you don't have your own sound, really, that's going to be like throw me off. Like, I think everybody in this day and age has their own sound. So if you don't have your own sound and you just sound like you're just rapping or you're just singing, nobody wants to hear that.
I would say like the beat and the rhythm, because I don't like 8 bars. I don't like 16 bars. That stuff is repetitive. I like individuality, mostly like instruments, like for it to sound more real. Like, I'm not with all that 8 bar stuff. That's boring. I'm sorry.
What I look for in a song is if it has something with substance. If it's just talking about, okay, yeah, Dance to Make Her Dance is my song, don't get me wrong. But when I'm feeling a certain type of way, I want to pick a song that fits my emotions. So if it's about me having a horrible breakup or me actually doing something with my life and coming from nothing, I'm going to choose those songs over I'm about to hit the club and
I just want to feel like the singer or the artist is talking to me.
Okay.
Like, I want to feel like I'm in the song with you. Like, you're singing directly to me. So it takes me to different emotions. It makes me happy. It makes me sad. It makes me feel like, okay, yeah, you understand what I'm going through when I went through this breakup, or when, you know, he brought me flowers and just made me feel on top of the world. So that's the type of stuff I'm looking for.
I personally just look for the passion and the connection within the lyrics that you speak. You can say something and feel a different way, but if you can't connect with what you're feeling, and there's no passion in the song.
Okay, that was good. Back to my panel, do you focus on a certain genre when you're writing music, or do you focus more on a commercial sound? I know like a lot of times with now in today's society, mixtapes is taking over. Like, if you come out with a hot mixtape, chances are you can probably get a record deal off of that. And a lot of times, a lot of people, I know a lot of people don't get mad, but Nicki Minaj is an example. When she came out, she was a hardcore itty-bitty piggy rapper. Now she's Starships and, you know what I mean, and pop, and she's gone whole left lane, you know? So how does that affect you? Do you feel like you have to become commercial in order to make it out here?
I think that as an artist, you should be able to grow. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't want you to grow because they're not used to that sound. I think the most important part about it is for the artist to realize who their real core fan base is, and make sure as they grow with them and they don't outgrow them. And so you won't have a situation where you feel like a Nicki Minaj kind of went left field and just forgot about what she used to be before. But also in the industry, it's about making money, it's about staying relevant, it's about staying hot, it's about being that person that everybody is chasing after. And when you're doing that, you're chasing your dreams, you know? So sometimes it's hard for you to kind of realize, hey, I might be moving a little faster than, you know, the people that kind of put me on. Because all you're thinking is, I got to win. So whatever that is at that time, if it's a pop song, if it's, you know, something that's going to bring you money, you're going to make it happen.
Okay.
If that take off for you, you're going to run with it, because the game is so crazy. Like, you'll think that everybody's just going to constantly support you, but they're not. And you have to grow and you have to gain more fans, because the more fans you have, that's your lifeline. That determines how long you're going to be in this industry, you know, being able to live out your dreams, you know?
Yeah.
Just to add on to you, what you said, evolving is always good as an artist. Like, if you start off as an R&B artist and then all of a sudden you just become like this techno, you know what I mean? Of course your fans will be like, you know, what's going on? But if you kind of bring them along the journey and evolve as an artist, that's always great. It's always good to evolve, you know what I mean? Just play with your sound, especially if you're talented, you know what I mean? Because your fans, if you can sing, if you're gifted, they're going to rock with you no matter, you know what. They're going to reel you back in if it's too far out there. But
I think that as a recording artist and a songwriter, I write all my music, so I think you have to find a balance. Like you were saying, like, it's a business, so when it's business first, always, remember that. They call it the music business, but in all actuality, you don't get a deal if they don't feel they can make money off you. They're not going to invest you with a big budget if they don't know they're going to recoup that and then make some on top. So you have to find that balance first, where I can give them a record that's, I like to use this record, I give props to do, Miguel, Adorn. I know a lot of ladies might bang with that record. that's a real R&B record. It's nothing crazy about it, but it still makes you feel away. And that's how you said the emotion was evoked and the passion was there. So you have to have those for the label to support you. But I think in the mixtape world, I go in with the freedom of just being me. You know what I'm saying? Because you can tour off mixtape. You can get a deal off mixtape. So I think you get more freedom. So I think as a songwriter, you have to be able to be great enough, not good enough, but great enough to, this can make the radio go crazy as well as the people feel away. When the people buy into Sammy the artist, I don't gotta worry about them being off of me because I don't have a hit record. You understand what I'm saying? Like anybody can have a hit record. If we keep going to the studio night after night after night, you can luck up and create a hit record. But can you make the people buy into you? Me, I'm a Kanye West fan, like from College Dropout all the way to now. So when he did, 808s and Heartbreaks and he was singing, and everybody else was like, what? Not me, like, cause I'm on this journey with him. Like I feel him. You understand what I'm saying? So, I think as an artist, me personally, I don't too much care about the commercial records because those are seasonal. Yeah. I had to hit over the summer, but what do I have in the fall? What do I have in the spring? But if they love me, Sammy the individual, if I give them records that make them feel away time in and time out, then I'm still gonna be here. And that's why I've been out since 1999, since I like it. You know what I'm saying? That record right there. Yeah, like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, for the youth in 1999, that was the record that everybody loved. That's what defined me.
They still play in the club.
They still play, right. So like, and it was a commercial record, it was #1, but it takes them back to when they was in elementary, middle school. You know what I'm saying? Come With Me takes them back to high school. Kiss Me Through the Phone take you back to 09, summer, feeling lovely. Like, you want people to love me, I want people to love Sammy, not just my music, because what I did with Insomnia is none of those records on there. None of those type of tempo. It's all ballads, it's all heartfelt. I force you to listen. So like I said, I think as a songwriter, make them connect with you, the individual, you'll have a long time in this business.
Okay. I believe in being versatile. With me, I feel like I appeal to different people depending on how I'm feeling. I write everything off my feelings. If I'm feeling sad, I'm about to write a song about being sad. If I feel like getting bucked, I'm gonna write a song about getting bucked. I mean, that's just me. So I feel like being versatile and appealing to the audience that way, not just sticking to one thing. That's just me though. When I write or when I make music, I don't just stick to one genre. I go down different avenues. Cause that's really, I feel like that's really gonna get people to look at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't stick to one thing, so.
Okay, what is the difference between writing music for other artists and yourself as far as the process is concerned? Pretty much, if you're writing a song for somebody else, I know a lot of times with hit songwriters, Carrie Hilson, I'll use her as an example. She's a great songwriter, you know what I mean? And when she writes for other people, you wouldn't even know that it was a song that she wrote because it's like she goes into a whole nother element, like she's somebody else when she's writing for them. How do you do that? What is the process of writing a song for somebody else? Like, what elements make you write a song for them in particular?
I think I could probably speak first on this because I'm probably relatively, the newest artist at this table right now. I've been working on my project. I just signed a deal with Columbia Records, and I went out to LA for like 2.5 weeks, and I was working with several different songwriters and several different producers, and I would always sit down and have conversations with them, just try to pick their brain, and I would ask questions like, okay, you've been doing this for 15 years, and you have #1s, and you have this, and you have that, and you have that, but like you're not an artist. Like, I don't understand the concept. Like, I only know how to write for myself. And that's why I think I should speak first, because I only know how to write for myself, and I was just kind of like picking people's brains, and they would only tell me like, as long as you have a passion for it and you have like an integrity for it, and you can actually create a connection with that artist, and you guys can have that certain chemistry, then I think then it usually comes out right.
I think to piggyback off that, I've always, until now, I got my first placement this past year, Tank, the song Next Breath, which went #1 for him, Urban AC. So it's dope how that happened. I wrote it for me. If you ask me who I am in R&B, I think I'm that vulnerable dude. That dude's not afraid to say what most men feel like they can't say or shouldn't say because they'll be looked at as too sensitive. I think we shouldn't have to go to Drake in a hip-hop genre, although he sings, but I don't think, I love Drake, but I don't think you should go to Drake in a hip-hop genre to find the vulnerable dude.